Podcast Network. This is the Lifestyle Live Podcast.
Faces you know and a team you can trust. Stories that form your heart. Lifestyle Live. Lifestyle Live.
Get ready for a dose of laughter and healing as Nurse Blake, the comedian with a heart of gold and a stethoscope to match, takes center stage at Clowes Memorial Hall this weekend. Amber Hankins here, and on this Lifestyle Live podcast episode, I chat with Nurse Blake about his journey from the trauma center to the comedy stage. With a social media following of nearly 4 million, he has taken the internet by storm with viral videos and sold-out comedy tours that blend real-life nursing experiences with humor. This is the Lifestyle Live podcast on the All Indiana Podcast Network.
Lifestyle Live.
He is a comedian, a nurse, an advocate, and he is bringing his newest comedy tour to Indy October 22nd. I'm so happy to introduce Nurse Blake with you all. Blake, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me.
Yes. All right. So your story is so interesting. You worked in a trauma center right before your career in comedy. Tell me how this journey began, because people follow you all over the socials, all the things, and they're loving what you have to say.
So I've been a nurse for 9 years now. And, you know, nursing, it's a hard profession where we get burnout.
Oh, for sure.
You know, staffing, you know, isn't appropriate, you know, for us. You know, we have a lot of unsafe staffing. So at one point in my career, about 5 years ago, I was burnt out. I was depressed. I was anxious, and I needed an outlet to kind of just share my story and connect with others. So I started making Facebook videos that quickly went viral.
That's awesome.
And over time, I realized that nurses, like, no matter where we work or live or how old we are, like, we all relate to the same things, and that we not only want to communicate online, we also want to hang out in person. So I started doing live events and now tour.
And then it just, I mean, a tour, how cool is that? I mean, is it nerve-wracking? Is it different for you? Because you just started out doing little things, but I mean, like, you are completely just embracing it all, right? And you're just going for it.
Yeah, you know, nursing is hard work, but so is comedy. I'm doing 104 shows this year in about 4 months. I didn't get into nursing to do comedy. I never got into nursing to be a performer. It just kind of happened naturally and organically. So cool. And I'm so lucky and thankful I get to do what I do, and just connecting with other nurses and providing them, you know, an outlet to come out and have fun. Because nurses, they're going to come out in big groups. They come out in big party buses, groups of like 20 or 30. Yeah. Okay.
So for other viewers maybe watching at home thinking, okay, I'm not a nurse. I don't have a nursing background. Maybe I don't know what he's talking about. How do you connect the average viewer to your content, whether it's online or on stage?
So on stage, there is always a non-healthcare worker that was dragged out by one of their partners in the first row that I point out. I know, they're like, please, babe, please. Yeah. They sit in the front row, and then I just use them all night to break down all the healthcare terms and stories. So I use them as an example to everyone else in the audience who might not be in healthcare.
Now, is all of the material centered around nursing, or do you do other things as well?
So it's all centered around my life. Now nursing is only a small portion of my life, a big portion, but it's all through the eyes of a healthcare worker. Like, even growing up, both my parents are healthcare workers and stuff. So it's more than just nursing.
Yeah, so we can expect a lot of different things, but plenty of laughs regardless. I feel like even if you're not exactly sure what he's talking about, like, you can get the gist of the idea. I'm like, okay, that's funny.
I want your face to hurt when you leave my show.
I want my face to hurt too. That's when you know you had a good laugh for sure, right?
Exactly.
That's awesome. So this is called the Shock Advised Comedy Tour. And we're visiting, I mean, this is 100 cities. This is a lot. How do you not get, worn out? Like, how do you prepare for all of this? And is every show the same?
No, every show is different. Every city's different. Every audience, every
video is different.
And the
vibe is different, right? The audiences.
but they're always so loud. They're always so wild. We always break the alcohol sales record at every venue. My indie show is almost sold out. I think there's only a handful of tickets left, but I have a question. Can I call it indie?
Yes.
Okay,
Absolutely,
cool.
You can call it
Okay.
indie.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I'll call it indie then. I can't wait to get to indie.
I love that you asked that. That's fantastic. You also use your platform to advocate. I mean, it's funny and it's material, but it's a big part of what you do as far as your passion, right? The advocacy part of it.
Yeah, I use kind of comedy as kind of my hook and my way to reach a broad audience. And whenever I can, I do love to advocate. Like, for example, nurses are on strike around the country right now, coming out in massive numbers, not just for pay, but for safe staffing ratios.
Right.
So whenever I can, I will join the strike. I will, spread awareness about it on my social media. So when I can, I like to use my platform for more than just humor. With great power, as I say, comes great responsibility, and you have an opportunity to do such good, for people and in this world. So I myself am so happy that you use it for that as well. That's super cool. So Thanks.
I want to know, where do you hope this will go from here? What is next for Nurse Blake?
Yeah, so on top of touring, I also founded NurseCon at Sea, which is a nursing conference on a cruise ship. We take over the whole ship. We have about 4,000 nurses that come on, and we do education. It's all about community and inclusivity. So definitely want to grow that brand and host more events around the country for nurses.
That is so cool. Well, Nurse Blake, thank you so much for taking the time, for doing what you do, and for making us laugh until our faces hurt. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you here in Indy.
Lifestyle Live. Lifestyle Live.
From the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Lifestyle Live Podcast. Thank you for listening. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to this podcast wherever you get your podcasts. And connect for even more on Facebook and at lifestylelive.tv.
Faces you know and a team you can trust.